Welcome, Hawks fans, to our live coverage of the 2013 NBA Draft. We will be here at Phillips Arena all night. Live interviews coming up with Danny Ferry, Coach Bud, and Steve Holman. But right now, we are with Hall-of-Famer Dominique Wilkins. Neek, it's been a while since I've seen you. How's the summer been going so far?
A whole, 2 months, right?
Yeah, it's been
Maybe
a while.
It's been a minute. But, yeah, summer's been very busy. I've been doing a lot of diabetes stuff around the country and did some stuff with Parliament over in Barbados. So it's been a busy summer.
All right, well, let's jump right into this year's draft. Lots of talk amongst Hawks fans. It's going to be an important draft. How do you see it in your eyes with all the open spots on the roster and 4 total draft picks?
Well, you want to get some players when you have so few guys on your roster. You want to get some players that are going to have immediate impact on your team because you're going to be building in the process. So in building your team, you want to make sure that you draft some pretty decent rookies that can come in and be effective.
All right, well, John Jenkins last year and Mike Scott, the Hawks draft picks from last year, came in and they did really well. What is expected of these guys after they're drafted?
I tell you what, Jenkins and Scott they both did a great job, particularly the second half of the season, because the first half of the season they were basically learning and watching, didn't play a whole lot. So the second half of the season they really helped the Hawks win a lot of key games. Same thing with these rookies coming in. If you're going to be given an opportunity to make a difference on his teams, but it depends on the attitude you come in here with. You got to make a difference. You got to make yourself be known your first day of training camp. So if they can come in and do that, they'll give themselves a chance to play.
All right, well, you went through all of this as a player, draft night. Take us back to that night. What was it like for you?
First of all, that was a long time ago, and I don't know if we had all stuff going on when I was getting drafted, but I remember getting drafted. I think I was in New York. I'm pretty sure I was in New York at the time, and I got drafted by Utah Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little down, because I wanted to come to Atlanta, but I got the word that between Atlanta and Philadelphia 76ers had to be one of those 2 teams that would trade for me. And so I was very delighted that I was traded to Atlanta Hawks, and ended up working out pretty well.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, now here you are going through draft night in a different capacity. How different was that going through it as a player and now going through it?
Well, when you're going through actually the weeks leading up to draft night, you don't get much sleep. You're constantly fidgety. You just can't sit still. And then when you get to draft night, you're a nervous wreck. And once you hear your name called, first of all, the anticipation of hearing your name. And a lot of guys don't hear their name till late. And that's hearing your name called. It's like you arrived. Life has come full circle for you. You're now in the big leagues. And now you got to decide what kind of career you want to have, and that starts really it's what you do now that dictates what you become in the future. So you got to do your work early, as they say.
All right, well, thanks, Neek, and it was good seeing you.
Thank you. Good seeing you, too.
And Hawks fans, stay tuned. Danny Ferry coming up next after our 17 and 18 picks.